Top 10 Action Movies Ever. There's no shortage of action films for viewers that enjoy a good fistfight or high-speed chase. But among the hundreds of movies in the genre, there are a few standouts that deserve the critical acclaim and recognition they've gotten over the years. So in this video, we're going to discuss Top 10 Action Movies Ever. Number 10. Gladiator 2000. Often considered one of the best Gladiator films ever made, Ridley Scott's Gladiator brought the love for these movies to a wider audience. Full of murder, revenge, and great performances by the likes of Russell Crowe and Joaquin, the film continues to be a favorite among action and historical drama fans today. Director Scott worked with cinematographer John Mathieson to perfect the film's action sequences, which incorporated a unique manipulation of frame rates that produced a stop-motion effect. Number 9. Taken 2008. The movie that officially kicks off the era of Liam Neeson, greatest AARP-Age Action Hero Ever, starts innocently enough. A doting, overly protective dad tries to repair the relationship with his teenage daughter after years of being an absentee father. She wants to go to Paris with her best friend for the summer. He's worried that something will happen to his baby girl. Naturally, she's kidnapped by Albanian sex traffickers within 12 hours of landing in the City of Light. Number 8. The Fugitive 1993. "I didn't kill my wife," claims Dr. Richard Kimball, a man falsely accused of murder. "I don't care," replies the US Marshal Samuel Gerard, determined to capture this fugitive regardless. Then, after Gerard has managed to get the jump on his target, Kimball dives off the side of a massive dam right into the drink. That's only one of several hold-your-breath high points in Andrew Davis's big-screen adaptation in the 1960s TV show, with Harrison Ford desperately trying to hunt down the one-armed man actually responsible for the crime. Number 7. Asuran 2019. 2019's Asuran is an underrated foreign film that tells the hard-hitting story of a teenager from an underprivileged caste who makes the grave mistake of killing an upper-caste landlord. Chaos ensues as his father attempts to save his son from the castle clash that follows, and things only get worse as the bodies pile up. Asuran unapologetically comments on the prevailing caste system in India through its controversial story, which highlights the stark contrast. Number 6. Aliens 1986. James Cameron stepped into Ridley Scott's space horror boots to direct the sequel to the brilliant Alien. He didn't try to ape the sickening, paranoid, slow creep of the original. He just said, "Screw that subtly shed," and went big on explosions, big on aliens, and let the guns and mech robots do the talking. Where before there was endless deep space dread and grimness, now there was fully fledged big screen action. Cameron was a relatively newbie at the time, having previously only directed The Terminator, but he took to big budget work with gusto. Number 5. Die Hard. Action movies are not the Academy's thing, and for good reason. They are most of the time loud, abrasive, dumbed down, and ultimately artless films, but sometimes a movie like Die Hard goes beyond genre boundaries and achieves something special through sheer perfection of the craft. John McTiernan's Die Hard isn't high art, but it got the job done in high-octane fashion and set the standard for what an action film should be like in the 21st century. Number 4. Black Panther. While many of the movies coming from today's superhero renaissance certainly pack in the excitement, few do so with as much intention and cinematic excellence as Black Panther. Perhaps one of Marvel's richest stories to date in its world-building and history of Wakanda and T'Challa's legacy, Black Panther will captivate you in a way that even the most action-packed superhero flicks to date never could. Number 3. Apocalypse Now. There's nothing like some special effects that can almost make you smell that napalm in the morning. Francis Ford Coppola's reimagines Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness in this Vietnam War-era tale of a captain's assignment to find and terminate a maddened colonel in the thick of the jungle. Its cast includes Martin Sheen, Marlon Brando, and Robert Duvall, among others. Number 2. First Blood. Though the subsequent Rambo sequels became increasingly bloody exercises in absolute machismo, Ted Kotcheff's original film remains the best in the series because it's much more fascinated with interior pain than exterior. In what still stands as a remarkably measured performance, Sylvester Stallone gives us a weary searcher wandering through an America who doesn't seem to want him anymore, and charts the course of John Rambo's descent back into violence with real vulnerability. Number 1. The Wages of Fear. The Wages of Fear would not necessarily play as an action film in the eyes of the modern audience, but if you watch enough action movies and understand the vocabulary of their pacing and the ways in which directors build modern action set pieces, then Henry Gorge's Clouzot's thriller about 4 men transporting extremely volatile nitroglycerine across perilous terrain becomes an invaluable precursor in the construction of action movie grammar. This was it about top 10 action movies. Would you like more or another topic? Please let us know in the comments. We appreciate your feedback.